Hi everyone! I wanted to come on today and talk about simple yet very effective life hacks that people swear by. So I thought this is really good because don't we all love life hacks and like shortcuts or different ideas on how to do things, especially if they're simple. So let's dive right in. Have you ever made a copy of your passport in case anything happens, right? At least you have some type of originals to apply for a replacement, or like when you take a copy of it, it's probably best to either have it on your thumb drive or email it to yourself. That way you have access for it, right? So something as a backup. So that's always really good to have. I know like I have my driver's license on my phone, and so like if you get pulled over, well, I don't know what state you're from, but I know in Washington state it can work, and you can have your digital driver's license and your insurance. So, well, it worked for me, let's just say it that way. And I know some states probably don't accept that, but other states do encourage that. So yes, so making a copy of your passport and emailing it to yourself is a very good idea. And then let's talk about easy things in the kitchen, or ice cube trays. Have you ever put tomato sauce and you opened a whole can of tomato sauce and you're like, I don't need all of this? Me, I don't put them in the ice cubes, but I do put them in Ziploc bags and put them in the freezer. Or you can make put coconut milk or goat milk or tomato paste, pumpkin puree, cilantro pesto, or different types of pesto, and put them, your spices, and put them in like ice trays. What I also like is coffee, and put them in the ice trays as well, so you don't have that watered down coffee. Some people even put crushed garlic in there as well. So there's different things. So if you have a favorite that you love to freeze or put in an ice chest, or not ice chest, but in a ice cube holder, leave it in the comments because I want to hear from you too. Okay, public libraries let you live stream movies and music for free. Did you know that? You just need a library card, which is free also. So I did not know that. So I was like, what? It lets you stream movies and music for free. So that's very interesting. So maybe you're wanting a weekend thing to do with your kids. Go inquire about that at the library and see what that entails. And if you are one of the ones that do it, get back with this video and tell me your experience. I would love to hear it. Use a hair dryer to remove stubborn stickers and labels. I've done this on things, and I had one of you guys mentioned on one of the other YouTube videos what also a hair dryer is good for, not only for stickers and labels. If you're putting on sun tanning lotion, like sunless sun tanning lotion, and you're waiting for it to dry, you can automatically take out your hair dryer. So if you're watching, I just think that was a fantastic tip that you gave, so I appreciate you. But yeah, use a hairdryer to remove those stubborn stickers that they always put those stickers on the worst place on your items that you buy, and it always, I don't know, I just find them very frustrating, that's for sure. It's like, anybody have any consideration? It says you can bypass a lot of paywalls on mobile websites by simply switching to reader mode before the page finishes loading. So I did not know that either. So that's something that if you have tried that, let me know. And I don't even know, it says mobile websites by switching to reader mode. I haven't even tried reader mode on my iPhone, so I definitely need to look into that too. Oh, and then the other day I was watching this movie, and this guy had dyslexia and he put his phone up to the like a menu or whatever, and it read it off to him, and I was like, what? So I'm definitely gonna try this one out, and who knows, we might even do a part 2 to this video. So a reader mode. Okay, So let me repeat what it said one more time. You can bypass a lot of paywalls on mobile websites by simply switching to reader mode before the page finishes loading. So FYI. Okay. Now, the next one, meal prep, freezer, Instapot. Once every 2 months, I prep a bunch of frozen meals that I can just throw in the Instapot. I literally just throw raw meat, spices, etc. in Ziplocs and freeze it. Then that way when it's mealtime and you're like crunch for time or don't have the energy, you can just throw it in there. What I do is they sell a lot of meat like at our local stores that are already pre-seasoned. I like to use those and put those already in the freezer. Or if you're going camping or whatever, I like also buying the pre-made or the pre-seasoned meat. So that is definitely a good idea. So it's meal prep, freezer, and then Instapot. I do a lot of things on the Instapot as well. I haven't made it yet, but I was, because I've seen so many, but part of me wants to be like, make an Instapot favorite recipe book. So even if we clip out our favorite recipes, and I know I'm kind of digressing in technology when I say clip out things, but I just think sometimes it's fun to have a tangible copy. And it's therapeutic to like, okay, clip out, sit down, go through things and like, oh, this is my favorite, instead of having all these books or all these different, what do you call it? I don't know, apps or different things you have to go to when you can have one special place for it. Just saying. Okay, old toothbrushes are the best tools for cleaning small and difficult to access areas. I think toothbrushes are great. I know for me, washing refrigerators, there's different spots on the refrigerators that you just need to get that because your rag or sponge can't get in there, and so the toothbrush works good. Toothbrush works good on jewelry. Toothbrush works good, let's see, even on some of your stove when you're cleaning the, I don't know how to, the little screw parts around on your stove, that works good. Also, toothbrush works good, working on your shoes as well. So I think that's super good. So yes, and the picture I have here is somebody's using it on the caulking in their shower. So the white part, or maybe it's grout in their shower, they're using it on that as well. So the toothbrush can be used for a lot of different cleaning because it's small, right? Okay. Now, how many times have you guys lost if you're taking something apart, maybe for a yard sale or to store it, and you lose the screws to it? For me, this is one of them that I had learned the hard way. It says when you take apart a piece of furniture, put the screws or hardware in a sandwich bag, then write the name of the furniture and use the screws on a note card and put them in a bag too, right? And use of the screws on a note card and put them in the bag too. So I don't know about the note card. Write the name of the furniture and use of the screws on a note card. Oh, okay. Instead of maybe just writing it on the bag, they put a note card inside the bag maybe too. I just write it on the outside with a permanent marker, right? And then I even put the date on it. That's no joke. I even put the date on it. So that way you can make sure, okay, this goes with this. And if you need to, what is nice too is tape it onto the furniture with it, right? So that way it does not get lost. I really like doing that. Okay, crumple your parchment paper into a ball, then smooth it out before using it to line a pan. It makes it easier to fit into the pan evenly. I never thought that, but that would make sense because it's hard sometimes to get your parchment paper to actually fit. And so I don't know, you would think they would have like standard sizes, but if you need it to fit better, crumple your paper, because then that makes it use more paper, if you will, and then put it inside your pan. So that's pretty good thinking. I would have never really thought, hey, I need to crumple my paper, because you're always trying to smooth stuff out. But in this instance, if you have your piece is too big, well, then that definitely can work for you. And then this one's a tough one. I feel that they mentioned this one: pay your bills the minute you get them. You will not remember to do it later. I have a very hard time with that, because I think it's very hard to pay your bill. Well, if it can be very hard to pay your bills right when you get them, because I feel that some bills come in the middle of the month or the end of the month, and maybe you only get paid once a month or every other week, or maybe your first paycheck of the month is your phone bill and your rent, and so you don't have, but ideally, yes, pay your bills the minute you get them. Sure, why not, right? In an ideal world, right? That way you will not remember, because you will not remember to do it later. And sometimes if you can set yourself up on auto pay and pick the date that you want your bill to come out on, I find that that's very helpful as well. Or I know for me, when you go in and do your utility bill, you can set up a payment and then so when you do get the bill, you sit down at your desk or whatever, your device, and you say, okay, pay this, but then it allows you to pick a date. So you can just pick the date and do it that way if you don't want auto renew. So, I don't know, that one's a tough one. Food for thought, that's for sure. Let's see. If you have to bring something with you the next morning, but you are worried about forgetting, put your keys on top of it so you don't forget it. Is that a life hack? Put your keys on top of it. Are you for real right now? I have forgotten my keys. I will take my keys and not think nothing of it. If it's not literally in my purse, or if you're able, if the weather is permitting, meaning not too hot, not too cold, go take whatever it is and go put it out in your car. That way you will not forget it, or put it in your purse, or you get what I'm saying? Because let me tell you, I'm not sure if that life hack really works. Put your keys on top, because I will have a tendency to grab my keys and forget the item. But anyways, all right. I just wanted to bring these to you. I know it's been a lengthy video. I appreciate each and every one of you. And this is definitely a life account in Growing Pains. But all right, everyone, leave your comments below, and I will see you on the next video.